Welcome to my channel, the Stoic Current. If you ever found yourself in a conversation with a married woman and something just felt off, noti appropriate. Not obvious, but something about the way she looked at you. The way she leaned in when you spoke. The questions she asked the ones battling her just a little longer than casual show. You told yourself it's nothing. She's just being friendly. But deep down, something didn't sit right. Let me tell you a hard truth. Most men didn't talk about, and even fewer truly understand. Married women can feel attraction. They can crave attention. They can feel emotionally disconnected from their husbands. And suddenly you show up unnot because you tried not bus yo flirted. Not because you'd want add a crys of wine, but because without knowing that you brought something. Her life had been starving for present strength signs of attraction, div and quiet masculine power. And while she might never say it out loud, she'll you, but not in the ways y'all think. It's not about blatant seduction. It's not about romantic words. It's about subtle, nearly invisible signals thieving does. When she thinks you're an it paying attention, it's the way she watches you and you speak to other women. It's the way your energy shifts when it's just that few. Most men ignore these signs. Some get blindsided by them, and a few with emotionally intelligent. Few notice them early and respond not with impulsive but with stoic awareness. Brutal truth. If a married woman is showing thieves or specific signs, doesn't mean she's evil or unfaithful or even disloyal. It means she's human and something inside her started to wake up around you. But before you jump to conclusions or act one emotion, you need to know the difference between innocent connection and quiet burning attraction base. One of them will pass and they will pull you into emotional quick. You may never escape. So my friend B, because besides I'm about to reveal her and just settle fear, it's collogical bevia and deeply instinctual lesbian attraction isn't always loud. It does into ways, shout. It doesn't come with flashing lights, obvious words, or romantic gestures you'd find in a movie some times. Traction is a whisper, a glance, a pause, a seemingly harmless man that holds the weight off something deeper, something unspoken, something forbidden. And when that attraction is coming from a woman who's already married, everything changes. Now, before we go further, this isn't a judgment. This isn't about moral linus or condemnian's choices. This is about awareness. Because if you're a memorious Mesalam presence who lives with quiet confidence, who listens with intensity speeds with clarity, then you've likely had this happen to yell whether you knew it or not. If you've been around a married woman who lingered, Shell looked at you a little too long, laugh little too loudly, found ways to talk EWN. She didn't really have a raison. And you told yourself, no, that can't bait. She's married. It's all in my head. But your gut said otherwise, and the art guide is really wrong. The truth is the truth. Many married women, especially Audrey or mental disconnect, still searching not necessarily for a new man, but for a feeling that sparks that man of buying, seeing again, heard again, desired again. They're not always looking to cheat. In fact, most aren't. But what they are doing, just responding to masculine energy that feels alive and maybe even a little dangerous because it reminds them of something they lost or something they never had to. Begin with when you grounded stoicman.com present emotionally intelligent walk on toe. Fair, you don't need to flirt, you need to say much. Your presence alone changes temperature and her nervous system meant while she may know tact on their body. Hair expressions, her words, and my girl behaviors may say things she'll never admit. That's what this video is about. Not fantasy, not seduction, disrespect. Be aware in Esbo's buying. A high-value man isn't just about attracting women. It's about reading situations with wisdom and knowing when something's no longer innocent. So, if you've ever felt that invisible attention with a married woman, if you've ever seconded yourself, if you've ever wondered, did she just flirt with me but didn't know what to fit? Then this message is for you today. We're revealing the 4 subtle signs a married woman may bestly attracted to you. Signs most men overlook, but high-value men notice immediately. And by the signs send off this video, you won't just know what to look. 4. You'll know what to dote Buddha. Let's dive in. Sign number 1. She mirrors you without realizing. One of the most overlooked yet. Telling things of hidden attraction, ISM, conscious mirroring. Let me explain. You're in a casual setting maybe. Work, a cafe, a group gathering, and you start to notice that every time you adjust your posture, sheetly dosed same. Yo, cross your arms moments later, she knows too. You lean in slightly, she mirrors that movement. This isn't coincidence. It's not mimicry. It's operal behavioral response rooted depth in our psychology. Psychologists call it a chameleon effect. What women trulo when we're subconscious literary tabled rapport or feel closer to someone? But here's where it gets interesting. Married women who very emotionally commate don't typically doofus with her men unless there's an internal conflict, an unacknowledged part. They're trained to suppress or understand when a married woman starts mirroring your body language, tone, energy, even your choice of words. Let's note about manipulation. It's a silent confession. Her subconscious is reaching out, a queer's presence. Because part offer wants to feel closer even if Shano Shasholden. A high-value man jump to conclusions. He notices, reflects, and respects the situation but doesn't ignore it. Mirroring is the beginning of PSA. Mirroring is the beginning of emotional Lentington, and that awareness is power sign number. Swashers, personal emotionally intimate Dales. With you this is where the lag gets blurry. What a woman who is married begins to open up to you in a way that feels deeper than it should. That's not just trust, that's emotional vulnerability. And it's rarely random. She starts telling you about her childhood dreams, her struggles, her fires, maybe even things about her husband, complaints masked as jokes, frustrations, disguised as peniments. She doesn't just talk to you emotional. A fish confides in you. Why? Because emotional affairs often begin before physical ones do. If she starts turning to you for emotional comfort or validation, especially if she says things like, I can talk to you about things. I can't even tell my husband. That's not neutral. That's boundary buying tested. Whether she realizes it or not, she's shifting her emotional loyalty. Here's what you need to know. As a man grounded in Stoic discipline, you are not obligated to carry emotional burdens. She won't bring to her own relationship. You can listen. Will show respectful, but you must not mistake emotional intimacy for mere friendship. If she's crossing that line, even slowly, it's because she feels something more effing just casual affection. High-value men didn't exploit a moment, but they're wise and now not to deny what it means. Sin number 3, her body language is inconsistent, but intentional. Now for Somion's tricky one. A married woman is so attracted to Zamian, she shouldn't buy. Her body betrays her before her words. Savor will you'll see contradiction. One day she might act distant, cool, almost cold. Like she's guarding herself. The next day she's warm, smiling too long, brushing your arm, accidentally thinking a little too loudly at your joke. This isn't confusion. This is in and out conflict leaking out through physical signals. Stringento maintain boundarizant, test them at summit. Watch for these suicidal gestures. Strike contact that holds too long and then suddenly breaks as if she realized she went too far. Nervous fidgeting when yell walk and subtle adjustments to her clothes. Or posture. One you're near glancing at you when thinks you're at looking in, quickly looking away. When caught attraction under tension often creates erratic bottle language. Not because she's unsure of you, but because she's unsure of herself. The more sheets, the more Shiver corrects, the more you know something gunspoken is unfolding beneath surface. A stoic man notices with a treating emotional Learman's grounded, observant. An immovable dot, he sees what most men miss and control shot weaker men would chase. Sign number 4. Decides your emotional availability. Admitting. This is perhaps the most subtle but misrevealing of all signs. When a married woman is silently attracted to you, she won't come out and confess it. She won't even fully admit it to herself. Butch tests your interior, spy test your interest. It's dropping. Little hooks, little invitations for you to show your cards. She might say, "You might be a heartbreaker, aren't you? I bet girls themselves at you all that time. I wish me husband noticed things like that." Now listen carefully. This random comments. They're pro-best here. Soft, deniable test to see how yowers spend. If you flirt back, know it's safe to open the door wider. If you stay emotionally steady and a firmer turn energy, she'll likely retreat, no doubt of shame. But because she'll boundary you silently established. Why does she do this? Cause attraction oxygen and these little statements teasing, sarcastic, flattering, or playful airway of feeding that spark without lighting a fire. This is where your inner masculine control matters more than ever because whether pure spend or stay composer action will define the trajectory off connection. Remember, you don't need to pursue what to already attract that stoic power. Now that we've peeled back layers, let's be brutally honest. Note, every smile is just politeness. Note every compliment is harmless and note every connection is innocent. Lines blur. Sometimes a married woman does feel an unexpected pull toward another man. Sentiment is you didn't chase it. You didn't provoke it, but there it is staring at you. In the way she looks, hiding in the way she talks, slipping through every excited taltaker, lingering gaze. So what do you do, anus? You observe, you see through whose noise. Because the difference between a low value a man and a man off stoic strength is simple. The weak man reacts to attention like a thirsty child in ID's earth. High value man recognize power of restraint. He understands chat. Just because someone is drawn to doesn't mean he has to accept it. He doesn't confuse attention for affection or attraction for alignment. He doesn't miss validation for value. You've now seen the 4 most subtle yet powerful signs of hidden attraction from a married woman. Mirroring without awareness, emotional intimacy, the own friendship body language that reveals more than words ever could. Testing your emotional availability through small, flirty jabs. But knowing signs isn't just about decoding attraction. It's about understanding yourfs. Will you've pled into her emotional confusion? Will you stand tall and shaken as a man will knows? That true power comes not from taking every opportunity, but from choosing which one sare beneath. Yeah, because the great proof of miscue is the ability to walk away from what most men would chase. Have you ever been in a situation like this? If you've ever felt that question between yourself and Wakto? But me too, I'll see it all of number 2e. But from choosing which one say, but for one big dice. Because the great spruce of miscue is the walk while well all. To walk with Miss Case. With Miss Case. Min say walk wade. We have new sequati it with Guy Kate. I'll re with esk to see and why we see do we walk a puckali side we unkey to see you good eye to see we to see you kai to decay to you get you quit to kai can if the guy you to that to with you we atkins key or if you were you with the tea with key think I can you we would you he have a woman. How isn't fully available? Want you to oppone word and comments aware? No ashamed, not reactive, not proud, just aware. Because that's the path of the stoic observation with judgment. Control without coldness, depth without drama. If this video gave you clarity, if it helped you recognize your power, your value, and your boundaries, then it's time to go deeper. Subscribe right now and tap the bell icon because what I'll do isn't just about dating. It's about developing gun masculine strength in a world thought tries to shake it far return. And if you're ready to master the inner game, not just with women, but in life, then stick around. Beckos. Every video, every lesson, and the very truth we share here is a step toward becoming the man you were meant to be. Attraction is not wrong. It's Noteville, but it is dangerous, and you don't respect the fire you're playing with. There will be moments in your life when temptation wears a pretty smile and a wedding ring. But that meant right there is where you define your legacy. Will you be just another guy, hopeful for the thrill or the manch never forget? 'Cause you are the one woe didn't full be. That man, not for her note heaven, for your pride, but for though code you live because real. Strength isn't found in how many women want you. It's found in how few can move you on that. The off to truly powerful man, thank you. If you like this video, please like, share the video and subscribe to our channel, The Stoic Current, and also press double icon button so that our next video will reach you easily. Thank you very